Hey everybody, it's Silver Seeker and welcome back to the channel. As you can see in front of us, we have a pile of 1964 and before 90% silver dimes, quarters, and half dollars. These are 90% silver and 10% copper. Now, a lot of people like to refer to these as junk silver coins. Some people like to refer to it as constitutional silver. But at the end of the day, it's all the same stuff, and a lot of us like to stack it. I can't say everyone, but a lot of us do. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is the premiums on 90% silver. I'm actually going to show you some real world examples. We're going to go to some websites and compare prices, and we're going to look at the premiums and see what the best way to buy 90% silver is in today's market. Because as you know, the premiums are quite high. In fact, I do unboxings on this stuff all the time on the channel, and this is kind of going to give you a hint going into the video, but you'll see that usually when I show off some 90% that I bought, it's usually a lot at once. I don't buy, just $1 or $2 face, and I'm going to show you exactly why that is in today's video. So let's get over and do it, but really quick, if you are new here, do me a favor, don't forget to go down below and make sure you're subscribed. It really helps the channel out, and I appreciate it. And with that said, let's talk about some constitutional silver. Okay, so the first thing I want to start out, and this is probably the most important thing, I want to talk to you about the math for 90% silver. So you probably hear a lot of terms being thrown around like 24, 25, 26 times face, and basically what that means is you're taking the face value, so for example a dime, and then you're multiplying the face value of 10 cents times 25, which means that would be $2.50 for this one dime, or two half dollars, which is $1 face value, would be $25. So that may seem like a low number if you think about the fact that silver is around $25 per ounce. But remember, there's not a full ounce of silver in two half dollars or 10 dimes or 2 quarters and 5 dimes. For every dollar face value that you have, like I just said, for 10 dimes, 2 quarters and 5 dimes, whatever, there's 0.715 ounces of silver. Now, there will be some naysayers in the comment that will point out that it's actually 0.725 if you look in a red book or something like that. And that is actually correct, but 0.715 is the industry accepted standard for 90% because these coins haven't been produced in almost 60 years, and there is a lot of wear to a lot of them. So you have to account for the fact that there is a little bit of missing silver from the majority of these, and so the industry accepted standard on average is 0.715 ounces per dollar. So you're probably wondering, well, how do I figure out what I am paying per ounce for my 90% silver? Well, it's actually quite easy. It's a lot easier than you think. It's not complicated math. All you have to do is take what you're paying per dollar, so let's say 25, and multiply it by 1.4. If you take 25 times 1.4, it comes up to 35. So that means you are actually paying $35 per ounce for your silver whenever you pay 25 times face for 90%. So now if you look at it and you compare it to around $25 an ounce, which is what spot is, the premium seems quite high. And you would be right. The premium is really high. Historically, 90% has actually had a low premium, and people have enjoyed buying it for close to spot and being able to stack fractional silver without paying a huge premium. Those days, unfortunately, I believe are long gone. I think it's going to be a long time before you see premiums ever, if they ever get back down to where they were. But hopefully they will get back down lower for sure. That being said, there is still a way you can buy 90% silver with a better premium than your typical 25, 26 times face that you keep hearing thrown around all the time. And that's what I want to show you. We're going to take a look at some websites and actually show you how much they charge for $1 face and then how much they charge for $10 face or $100 face. In other words, if you bought $100 face value of it at once or $10 face value of it at once, and trust me, it's a hugely different number. Additionally, what we're going to do is we're actually going to call a couple of shops and ask them if they actually charge less if you buy it in bulk. So let's go ahead and take a look at that really quick. Here we go. Okay, so I have some online retailers that I've taken some screenshots from and did the math already so we can share it with you. It's actually eye-opening. Let's take a look at these numbers, and we're going to look at the difference between buying large amounts and small amounts of 90% silver. Now, I don't necessarily mean you have to buy it in bulk. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy $100 face. Most people can't do that. But just the difference from buying $1 face versus $10 in face value is actually pretty significant. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So our first retailer is Monument Metals, and as you can see, they have silver at, if you buy $1 of 90% silver quarters, $25.87. That is, of course, if you pay wire and check. That number is higher if you pay credit card and PayPal. That comes out, if you do the math, to $36.21 per ounce, or a premium of $11.20 over spot. That is pretty high. But if you buy $10 in face value from them, that number drops significantly. Here's the same retailer, and as you can see, it drops to $23.25 per dollar, or $232.51 for $10 face, paying checker wire, of course, which is $32.55 per ounce for your 90%. Again, compare that to $36.21, it drops to $32.55, or spot plus $11.20 drops to spot plus $7.52. So a significant savings per dollar, a significant savings per ounce if you buy $10 face at once instead of one. Our next retailer is Gainesville Coin. Now these guys didn't have $10 face; they had $100 face bag, but it was a pretty significant difference. So I wanted to share it with you. As you can see from Gainesville, if you buy $1 face value of 90% junk silver coins, it comes out to $35 per ounce, or $9.84 over spot. That is at 25 times face. But if you buy it in bulk from them, it actually drops all the way down to $31.98, or spot plus $6.79, which is the best of the three that we have here. But that said, again, that is buying $100 face, which the majority of us can't do. It's just that Gainesville didn't actually have $10 face value options. But the reason that I showed them is take a look at Gainesville versus Monument on just their $1. Monument is at $36.21, Gainesville is at $35. So they're actually cheaper even on the $1 face value, which is why I wanted to put them on here. Next up, we're going to look at the highest one, and this is APMEX. So if you look at APMEX, they have $1 face value at $28.79. Again, that is check wire. It's almost $30. It's $29.99 using credit card or PayPal. That comes out to $40.31 per ounce, or spot plus $15.03. Wow. But it drops significantly again if you buy $10 at once. As you can see, APMEX has it for $23.78 per dollar if you buy $10 face value at the same time, which comes up to $33.29, or spot plus $8.02. They have only $7.99, so their math probably a little bit different than mine. But as you can see, $7.99 to $8.02, not a big difference. But it still comes up to $33.29 per ounce, doing our math of times 1.4, which is a significant drop from $40.31. So yeah. So let's go ahead and look at these all combined. You can see 90% silver premiums, Monument Metals, $1 face $11.20, buy it in bulk $7.52, Gainesville $9.84, buy it in bulk $6.79, and APMEX $15.03, buy it in bulk. You get it for $8.02. Now you're probably wondering why it's such a big difference if you just buy 1 versus 10, and the reason is labor. So for example, let's look at Monument Metals. If you buy $1 face, you're paying $11.20 over spot. That's a significant difference. That's like over $3 more per ounce that they are making off of it. That being said, they have to have, their employee. It's still one box, it's still one package, one label that their employee has to put the work into to ship it out. So if you had 10 people buy $1 face value at a time, that's 10 packages, where if one person bought $10 face value, that's one package. It's 10 times the work to ship out 10 $1 face value orders than it is just to ship out one $10 face value order. And that's why you see such a significant drop in premium on 90% going from 1 to 10. So that being said, when you look at local coin shops, which we're about to get on the phone and call, it's probably not going to be that significant of a difference. And the reason is very, very simple. When you walk into a coin shop, whether you buy 1 or 10, it's pretty much the same amount of work for the employee. If 10 people walk in and buy $1, all they have to do is hand it to you, take the cash, and you leave. Where they don't have to create the package, create the label, box it all up, and get it shipped out. It's very simple. Someone just walks in, buys it, and leaves. So I imagine when we call these local coin shops, and we're only going to call a couple, that we will not see as significant of a difference between 1 and 10 as we did with these online retailers. But we're going to keep it just a couple because we've already made this video long enough. So let's get on the phone and call a couple of shops and see what they have to say. Hi, do you guys sell 90% silver?
We do.
How much is it per dollar?
Well, it depends on what you're looking at. You looking, let me call it up here real quick and I'll run through it with you.
Okay.
Oops, I'm on the wrong screen. Let's try that again. There we go. So currently for quarters and dimes, it would be $21.54 per dollar. Half dollars are $22.32.
Now, is there a discount if I buy, let's say $10 at once?
Well, that's for 20 to 500 ounces, so that's, you'd have to get
What's the discount if
for
yeah?
one.
What's the discount if I buy that much?
Oh, it's a few cents. It's like 21.43 versus 22.25, but you'd be like $1,000 face probably to get to that amount.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right, that makes sense. I appreciate it.
Alrighty,
All right,
thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, so as you saw, Shop One actually had a lower number than what we saw on any of the three websites, even if buying $1. And a lot of that, again, makes sense because when you walk through the door, it's no big deal for them to just hand it to you, get the cash, and you leave. You don't have to box up the orders and things like that. He did say there is a discount. It's not a big discount, but there's a discount if you buy larger quantities. But their large quantity is a huge number. So in other words, they have the same flat number, which is lower than what we saw online at any of the three online retailers, until you buy a huge quantity, and then they'll give you a discount. So that is one shop. We're going to call two more and see what they have to say, though. Let's get number 2 on the phone. Yeah, do you guys sell 90% silver?
We do, but I don't have much left.
Oh,
Hang on a second. Let me tell you how much I got.
okay.
I got 31.45 face right now.
What do you sell that for?
22 times.
Now, is that the same if it's one, or if I bought it all, would it be different?
No, it'd be all the same.
So 22 times. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty, thanks.
Bye-bye. Okay, so that shop was 22 times face, and it didn't matter how much you bought. So that goes back into the example that I was using, whereas with online retailers, there's a lot of extra labor involved in shipping out a bunch of packages, whereas at local coin shops, they don't care. You walk through, you buy 1, you buy 10. They're already there. It doesn't take a lot of extra time. 22 times 1.4 brings it to $30.80 per ounce, which is it's just under $6 an ounce over spot. So again, the premiums for both of our local shops have been cheaper than any of our online retailers. Even if you buy 10, or in the case of Gainesville, even if you buy $100 face, it's still been cheaper at both of our local shops. But let's call one more and see what they have to say, and then we'll wrap this video up. Hi, do you guys sell the 90% silver coins?
I don't have no bullion or anything right now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right, could you tell me what it normally goes for, so when I'm calling around other shops, I know I'm getting a good price?
Well, right now they're going as high as 23 times face.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you for the info. I appreciate it.
Right.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so third shop didn't actually have any in stock, but they said it's going as high as 23 times face. But that's not actually what he's selling it for, so I don't know if that's a number we can really use. Obviously, it's not something we can hold them to. So let's try one more shop, just so we have a number from a shop that actually has it for sale, and see what they say. Hi, do you guys have any 90% silver?
Nope, we're currently sold out.
Oh, I gotcha. Could you tell me, because I'm calling around other shops, what it would normally go for, so I know how much or what to look out for?
This depends on denomination and quantity and payment method, et cetera, but somewhere between 24 to 26 times.
Okay, cool. That helps.
Standard.
That helps so much. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, so that's two shops in a row that just didn't have any. That being said, he said 24 to 26 times. The other shop that didn't have any said somewhere in the 23. We heard the other two. So there you go. It at least gives us an example of what's going on in the market. As you can see, generally, locally, you're going to get a better deal than you're going to get online. As you saw with our first two shops, they were both cheaper than even our cheapest online when you bought $100 times face. Now, I'm sure there would be comments where people will point out websites that are cheaper than the ones that I used. But I did my best to do my best research on this video, and I hope that you got something out of it. I hope you learned a little bit. If you did, guys, I also hope that I earned your subscription, so do me a favor, go down below and make sure you are subscribed. It really helps the channel out, and I greatly appreciate it, and it helps me continue to put out these awesome videos for you guys each and every week. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.